Charlotte Gossett-Navarro, Senior Director of Puerto Rico Operations at the Hispanic Federation. She is on the ground there in Puerto Rico helping with the recovery. Charlotte, thank you for being with us. Can you talk about what the last couple of days has been like for you, the need that you're seeing?
Sure. So as mentioned earlier, we have over 1 million households here still without electricity. That only 11% of households here in Puerto Rico actually do have electricity. And it's not just electricity, but our access to water is also shut off. Only 34% of households here in Puerto Rico currently have access to water. And so people are dealing again with an impact where they can't cook food, you can't bathe. We have concerns around hygiene. But what we are seeing, as we have seen in past disasters, is that the community is banding together, and particularly community-based organizations are beginning to lift their operations back up so they can be part of that first line of response to the communities where they work in. Hispanic Federation has already begun distributing solar lamps. We've been able to distribute through our network of over 100 local community partners. We've distributed 11,000 solar lamps and plan to distribute another 19,000 this week. But in addition, those organizations are opening up their community kitchens to try to address the need for food and water that communities have, particularly communities, the lowest income communities and communities that still had not fully recovered from Hurricane Maria and are again finding themselves with this setback today.
Well, I don't have to tell you that it was 5 years ago today that Hurricane Maria slammed Puerto Rico. And as you point out, people are still even recovering in some ways from that. What lessons did your group take away from that? I know that you were involved in that recovery, too, that could be helpful here now today.
Yeah, Hispanic Federation has been fortunate. We've been able to invest over $50 million in the last 5 years in Puerto Rico's recovery. And I think the most important lesson that we learned through it was to work very closely with the local community-based organizations here in Puerto Rico. We've been able to strengthen that network over the last 5 years. And it was through that network that we quickly responded to the earthquakes in 2020 and to the pandemic that we're still surviving through today. Those community-based organizations have immediate access, know the needs of their communities. We've been calling them over the last few days. They've been able to tell us exactly what's needed and where it's needed. We've been able to trust them to identify residents in their communities who are not able to reach shelters, who are not able to reach supermarkets, so that those with the most need are able to get that service. And they're quick, they're efficient, they're flexible. And so for us, always working with local nonprofits. In addition, something that we learned in Maria and again replicated in these past disasters and are currently implementing today is we've been working with the local network of food and water distributors here in Puerto Rico. Right now, fortunately, their warehouses are full of food and water. It's about getting that food and water to the right communities. And so again, through that network, we're working and buying locally, buying from those local distributors and getting it delivered directly into the hands of those community organizations for immediate distribution.
Charlotte Gossett-Navarro, thank you so much for talking with us here today, for doing the work that you're doing there on the ground in Puerto Rico.